Before we create our post request, I mean our create book functionalities, we need to add some components. For example, the add button component. We want to create a rounded button and inside of it a plus icon. First, let's format our code. So format document. And let's go to our components. Inside src components, let's create a button. Let's name it with add button.tsx. Okay, let's create a functional component rnfes to create this app button, and let's add style here, styles.container, and put it down here. Let's render this button inside our home screen. So inside this, after the flat list, let's import it and render it. Now this is our app button. Now let's style it. Let's add it some height. Let's make it, for example, 60. Let's make it, for example, 100. And width, 100 as well. Let's add a background color. Let's choose any hex color. This is the React color. You can choose any hex. For example, let's use this color, this hex color. The colors and the design things, it's not your responsibility, it's the responsibility of UI UX design team. So don't worry about the UI and styling, okay? Let's create border radius. Let's make it 40. And let's make this button only 80, not 100. Okay? Let's remove this add button text and add plus icon. So let's open Expo vector icon, Expo vector icons. And let's pick any plus icon. For example, let's add this plus here. So let's copy this code to import and this line to render. Okay. Now let's press save and see. Now this is our icon. Let's make the color of it white like this, and let's center it. Justify content center. Align items center as well. Let's make it bigger. For example, let's make it 50. Now it's bigger. Let's move this button to make it in the middle. So align self center. Now this is our add button. Let's change this view to make it pressable, because we want to make it pressable, or we can make it touchable opacity also, as you've learned before. Oops, we got duplicated. So let's just remove this and press save. Now this is our add button. Now let's make it do something when we press on it. So here we want to create a screen. When we press on this add button, a screen appears from down to the top and show the inputs to allow us to add new box. So what is the component that's responsible for this? Yes, it's a Modal component. So let's create a Modal component. The Modal component is the default value of it is visible equals to true. So let's make it false right now. Okay. And let's create a state. Let's duplicate this code. Let's change it. Modal visible. Is gonna be, the initial value is gonna be false. And let's add it here as false. So, and let's add animation type to be equals slide. Now when we press on this add button, nothing still happened because we didn't pass any functions here. So let's create on press. So let's go to this add button and to add on press here as a prop. So on press equals to on press and add it as a property here. Okay. Now when we go there and add on press property, we can set our modal to be visible. Set our modal visible to be true. Now if we press on this, now our modal appear here. Finally, let's create our add POC screen. So inside our home screen, let's add a screen for add POC screen.tsx. Let's create a functional component, RNFES. Let's replace this view with save area view. Let's add an icon here to delete, to close the modal. For example, let's open our Expo icons and search for close. Okay, let's copy this. Copy the import. Second, copy the component and render it here. Now let's press save and see. Nothing appeared yet because we didn't render this add box screen here. So we need to go to our home screen and render our add box screen inside our modal and press save. Now this icon appears here. We want to change the color of it to make it red. Let's open our hex color and choose a red color. For example, let's pick this or this and make the color of it like that. It's not like the green that I want. It's not like the red that I want. Let's make it harder. It looks better. Okay, now when we press on this button, I want to close the modal. So let's add the onPress property as a property as well. OnPress equals to onPress, and let's pass it as prop and go to our home screen and to use it here. So when we press on this icon, we're gonna set modal visible to be false. Now let's press save and try. When we press here, it's closed. When we press here, it's open. When we press here, it's closed. One last thing. On press here in this button, it makes sense, this property name, but in this screen, it doesn't make sense. We want to change this on press. So let's go to open screen, add box screen, and to change on press, this name, let's make it, for example, on close screen press, or let's on close screen, or let's make it on close screen press, or on close icon press. Okay, now let's copy it and paste it here because it must be the same, and also it must be the same here inside home screen. Okay, now let's try open close because we set this modal visible to be true, and when it's true, this visible value is true, so it's open. And when we press on close icon, we set it to false, so in this modal visible is gonna be false, so modal closed. I think this button is much bigger. Let's reduce it one more time. Let's make it 70. I think that's better. Let's try it on Android. Let's press A to open Android device and see. Let's press Y. It tells me to install Expo Go version. I pressed Y to install it. And see. In Android, it just need some margin pattern. So inside here, add button. Inside this style, let's add margin button. Let's make it, for example, 30. Let's see in iOS. So let's add platform.os. If it's equal to Android, it's gonna be 30. Else, let's make it 0. Now let's save. Now it looks better at both devices, Android and iOS.